Hello and welcome to the Connection Couch. My name is Reg.
And I'm Jo, and today we're talking about engagement on LinkedIn.
Jo.
Hello.
Engagement.
Engagement. Not the ring kind of engagement.
No, don't put a ring on it.
No. No, we're talking about commenting on LinkedIn. That's your best kind of engagement.
Well, it's the best type of engagement across all platforms, isn't it? Rather than just liking something.
Yeah, because liking has no context at all.
No.
And it's easy, but it's lazy, and it doesn't get the best.
And I'm reluctant to like things on Facebook unless, like, I'll like something of yours.
Oh, you're nice.
Only because...
it's good?
Well, yeah, but I don't have to justify myself if I don't say anything. Whereas if I do with someone else, I think, because I've got you in the back of my mind going, you should be doing some conversation there. And anyway, so we are going to give you Jo's. Now, how do we term this?
Yes, so Gary Vee's got a $1.80 strategy.
He does,
and if you stick around to the end, I'm going to bust that strategy.
Yeah, expose it.
Well, and give you my version of his strategy, which is much better.
Yes, I think so.
So take that, Gary Vee.
Yeah, excellent. All right, so let's talk about engagement, Jo. So let's cover why it's important.
Why it's important?
Yeah.
Well, if you watched our previous episode on content, I mean, content is great and having a profile is great, but engagement is the bit in between. The content's the bit in between, but the engagement is keeping in touch in between your content. It's building relationships with people. It's social currency. That's what it is.
Social currency?
Yeah.
Not like Bitcoin?
No.
Excellent.
No, you won't get any investment back from this.
No.
Well, you will actually.
Well,
different kind of investment back. Yeah.
Okay.
It's part of the long-term strategy. It's what we call social selling, really.
Yeah.
Which is not selling on social.
Yeah, So having a profile and not utilising it isn't the best option, and having the profile and posting every so often isn't the best option either. Is that what you're saying? No,
it's really participating, because when I teach people LinkedIn, you've got building your profile, you've got publishing content, and then you've got participating. So this is participating.
Okay.
This is investing in relationships, because you want to post content because that's great for your credibility. But when you start conversing with other people, you're now embedding your credibility. You're investing in a relationship with somebody and being interested in them, and not just trying to be interesting. Yeah,
interested in them. That's a good way to put it, I think.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so where do we engage with people on LinkedIn?
Well, the most obvious place is the public option, which is the feed. So you go to the LinkedIn feed and you can look down and look for things to engage with. You might be looking for people that stand out, people that, I don't know, that kind of you like, Reg likes me, so he'll engage with my content, hopefully. Or you might be looking for topics. So LinkedIn's going to serve up stuff to you based on its algorithm. And that comes from engagement part of it. So when you engage with content, you're actually helping LinkedIn serve up content to you in the future from people and companies that are sharing content. So you've got the feed. The other place is, and this is still public, is the profile. So if Reg was an ideal client for me, I would go to Reg's profile and go to his activity and see what you've been sharing, what you've been posting yourself, and what you've been engaging with, and look for conversations to drop into, because it puts you on their radar then, particularly if it's someone that you're trying to build that relationship with and you want to convert them into a client down the track. Mm-hmm. So you're investing in that relationship. So that's public though, and anybody can see this. So that's the first one. Do you want me to show the second one now, or have you got a question?
I think I have a question.
You had a question face.
It's just, if we're not connected.
Yeah.
And I want to engage with so I'm looking for particular people, a particular job description, say, and I've found a few of them, and we're not connected directly.
Yep.
Can I still go to their profile and engage with them? And if so, is there a limitation? Is it the 3 steps removed, or what's the story there?
Yeah. So if you're using LinkedIn search, so say you're looking for business development managers in IT companies in Perth. I'll just use that example because that's your ideal client. You'd get the shortlist in search, you click on go to their profile, you go to the activity section. Now, the only people that are going to show up in your list that you can click on are people in your network, and your network is 1, 2, and 3 degrees away. Right. So obviously first connections you're already connected to, second is connections of connections. So you're connected to Bob, here's your connection. Bob's connected to Barry, here's your second level connection. Barry's connected to Barbara. Bob, Barry and Barbara always hang out together. I know. Barbara is your third connection. Now, if Barbara's connected to, what's another B word? Betty. Betty's 4 degrees away, you can't see Betty.
Right.
So this is why in connection strategy, you want to build your first level connections, keep expanding so you expand your network. But you don't want to connect to everybody. That's a whole other topic anyway. Okay. So if we're not connected to people, there's people in the 2nd and 3rd degrees away, you can go to their profile, you can see their activity, and you can look for little triggers, little gems of things where you can add a little...
Add your own gold.
Yes, add your own gold there. Because you're going to be seen by them, because they'll get a notification that you've engaged with them, which is a good signal. But also, their network might see your engagement, and they may be connected to other influential people that could be potential clients down the track or whatever. So you're investing in that relationship. So that's all public. So when you're commenting here, make sure you're saying something that you're happy for people to see. Mm-hmm. So don't be negative, don't be critical, and don't be too vague either. So don't write things like, great post, because that's not helpful, is it?
No.
You want to add, once again, it's all about context. So, and conversation. So you might read their article or see their post, add something intelligent, and maybe ask them a further question. Okay. That's not putting them on the spot, and not being smart ass. Be appropriate. Now, the other place, so that's public. The other place is in private. Now, what I mean by in private is messaging. So engaging through messages. So say, for instance, we'll use Bob because we love Bob. Bob's someone you want to engage with. So you've been engaging with him publicly. You've commented on a few of his updates over a period of time. And every now and again, you might want to then private message him. So you might send him a message and congratulate him on his recent promotion or, his recent award win. Or you might ask him something about the article he's just shared, or his company had shared. Because you might not want to ask the question on the post publicly because it might feel like you're putting him on the spot. But you also might be using that as a little trigger to build a relationship. So if you send him a private message and might say something like, loved your article about XYZ, I'm interested to hear your opinion on this, or have you thought about this? But not in a salesy way, but just, you wanting to start a conversation one-to-one. Because where you want to take that is out of LinkedIn. You want to go onto the phone, onto Zoom, in person. That's where you want to go. So you've got in public, in private, in person. And in person is obviously out of LinkedIn. So they're 2 places on LinkedIn you can engage.
Awesome. Okay. Now I do want to go into what's good practice, but let's not get there yet because I don't want to spoil the surprise at the end.
Okay.
So if we can very briefly talk about what we shouldn't be doing.
Well, it's pretty much what I said about don't just put things like great post, don't be argumentative.
So don't be vague, don't be critical.
And don't be too personal. Like, don't overshare, like something that's not really appropriate for the context.
Right. Or try and overlet to dominate, maybe, to try.
Yeah, and don't link to things. Don't go, well, read my blog on this, because you're looking a bit spammy. Yeah. It's news hacking. Yep. Kind of thing. So you don't want to do that either. Okay. Be conversational, be friendly.
Excellent. Yeah. I think if you just keep that in mind across the board, you can't go too far wrong.
And that applies, we're talking LinkedIn, but it applies to everything. Just be nice. Don't be a douche canoe, to quote John Esperian again.
Yeah, don't be a douche canoe. Right, okay. So let's get to the good part, Joe.
The good part.
Let's get to what we're all waiting for. Explain this Gary V premise or strategy, and then give us your
Okay. So Gary V, also known as Gary Vaynerchuk, is a bit of a marketing influencer. He's been around for quite a while, and he's a great guy. And I'm not knocking his strategy, but this is a strategy he created for Instagram, and it worked really well. And he's applied it to LinkedIn, and it doesn't. For the everyday person, it doesn't work. I don't believe. So it's called his $1.80 strategy, and what it means is. So you know that saying, you add your 2 cents to a conversation?
Yeah.
So he's saying add 2 cents to conversations. Brilliant. I love that. That's great. But he's suggesting you do it 90 times a day. So a day. 90 times 2 is $1.80. There's his $1.80 strategy.
And do that, and I call that leaving your 2 cents. And then I said, do that 90 times a day. And that's your $1.80 strategy.
Now, do you have that much time on your hands to be 90 people?
I don't even have $1.80, Joe.
Love it. So
that's a lot, and that's really not feasible.
No. And I mean, he also talks about creating 100 pieces of content and all sorts of stuff. But you got to keep in mind, he's got a team. Exactly. And if you're going to be going for high volumes, your comments are going to become vague because you don't have time for this. Maybe you've outsourced it to your virtual assistant or your teenage whoever, and they're commenting on your behalf. It's now impersonal and is meaningless. And you're spreading content because every time you touch a piece of content, you're actually spreading it through your network. So you want to be really strategic about what you do invest in, firstly. So my take on the $1.80 strategy, I've got my own framework I'll share in a minute, but my take is, a $1.80 strategy. Now, don't add your 2 cents, add 20 cents.
Right.
So pick 9 pieces of content, add your 20 cents, go a bit deeper than great post, well done. Actually take the time to read it. Pick 9 people that you actually like and have a relationship with or want to have a relationship with and go deeper. But you don't have to do this daily even. So this is my take. So my $1.80 strategy is do that in between your content. So for every piece of content you share, engage with 9 other people. So segment $1.80 in between your $20 content, we'll call it. I've just made that up on the spot. I've never called it that before. So you've got your $20 content piece, $1.80, which includes 9 comments that you're going 20 cents, not 2 cents. And pick people that you've got on a list. And I'm going to quote a colleague of ours, Ian Sloan from Tango. Now, I had a meeting with him. We were talking about this engagement strategy. And he's got a funeral list, he's calling it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I mean, that's what he calls it anyway. And I think it's brilliant. So think about this. Something happens to you. Who's coming to your funeral? In business. I mean, obviously, hopefully it's your family, if you like your family.
Also, I've got business.
Yeah, but your business contacts, who would come to your funeral? They're the people to invest in.
Yeah, it's a good idea, actually.
I think it's brilliant. So credit to Ian, because it's his term, not mine. And I just think it's great. And when I share that, it just makes people smile. It's like, because it's actually a really good analogy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, you wouldn't go to someone's funeral you don't like. You just wouldn't do that, would you? So think about that. Who are the people that care about you, you care about them, but also who are the potential clients, who are the influencers of your potential clients, who are they connected to, and spend time investing in them and say something a bit more intelligent than great post.
Yeah. Excellent. Well, that's quite good, Joe.
So take that, Gary Vee.
Yeah, take that, Gary Vee. Take your $1.80 and spend it. All right, we have covered quite a lot there. We're talking about engagement, why it's important, what you should be doing, what you shouldn't be doing, and where you can do the engagement or you can engage with people. So
now we've got a challenge, haven't we?
We do have a challenge, right. So our challenge to you is to engage with us. But what we want you to do, we want you to go onto LinkedIn, that's right, LinkedIn, and find our company page for the Connection Couch and engage with one of the videos that's on that page. Okay, that's our challenge to you. And remember what Joe's told you in regards to how you need to engage.
So great video. No. Not even mention the fly being undone either. Move on. Talk about something context. Is your fly undone, Reg? Again, jeepers. No, talk about the content. Talk about your learnings, your takeaways. Talk about, I don't know, Reg's hairstyle. No, not really.
No.
But if you do talk about Reg's hairstyle, remember that's going to be on your profile as part of your footprint now, and do you want that? That's not going to help you at all. So talk about something intelligent.
Yes, excellent. Right. I'm looking forward to seeing who actually gets their finger out and does get some engagement going.
Maybe Gary Vee will.
Well, we'll tag him in the video. He's a big fan of mine, so he might watch.
Yeah. Hi, Gary.
Hi, Ian.
We love you.
All right, enough waffle. Thanks for watching. We'll have more gems coming up in the next couple of weeks. Stay tuned. We'll see you then.
See you then.